Hello everybody, it's Kit again. That makes me laugh because I actually have a friend that is calling me Kitigan. Hey Kitigan. Gonna try and get 2 projects in today. The first one, I have been circling this video camera for like a week. And every time I sit down to do a video, I get to playing with this first one and use up all my time making them. So I'm gonna try and get through this one really quick. There's a story behind this too, as years and years ago I used to make refrigerator magnets, and I was a magnet aficionado. I'd grab magnets when we traveled, and I had friends that gave me magnets, and we needed a new refrigerator. That's where I kept all my magnets, and we bought an Amana French door side by side, and guess what? None of the magnets would stick to it. So I thought, oh man, there goes all my magnets. But then I came up with this easel. I call this the Easy Easel. And I do these now instead of the magnets. Let's put that over to the side. This is a very easy project, and my goal was to see how many I could get out of one sheet of 12 by 12. So that's what I'm going to show you today. But these are perfect for ATC cards, anything that wallet size photos, anything that will fit into a 4 by 3 area. And these are just some that I've made that I'm showing you here. The latest project that I did was every time I go to the coast, I stay with one of my good friends. We always try to do a girls' weekend like once a month or so. And I always try to clean up when I leave, leaving nothing behind, kind of like they say when you go camping. Only leave your footprints. So I try to do that, but I always leave something behind that I think will make her smile. So I've done a set of these with her that spells out her name. And her name is Ettie, E-T-T-I-E, and I hope she's not watching this or it won't be a surprise. But she's probably not because she's busy doing taxes for everybody. So also, too, when we're out in public, I call her Eddie, E-D-D-I-E, because her last name is McMahon. So I will say, it's Eddie McMahon. And everybody looks around thinking it's Publishers Clearinghouse. But her real name is Ettie. So these are a neat way to display somebody's name, like on a bookshelf. I know you probably can't see this because I'm setting them up. But anyway, let me get going on this, and then you can play with them to your heart's content. And these are great little things that you can send in place of a card, or I have left them on a table with a tip under them at a restaurant. So it'd be a great way to advertise too. Put your information on the back, or your business card. Your business card would fit on the back of this too. Or just hand them out for no reason. Just make somebody smile. But easiest thing you're going to do today probably. And I'm going to use this because I've had this piece of paper for ages and just didn't know what to do with it. So I am going to use this for the base for my Easy Easels, and then I have a bunch of ATC cards from the past that I'm going to put on these. So I have figured out how to get 5 without hardly any waste at all. So the first thing we're going to do is put your paper in your cutter and cut off 3 inches off the bottom, a 3-inch strip. Then turn it and cut 3 inches off the end of that strip. On there. And then this strip that you have the 3 by 3, I want you to cut a 1/2 inch, 5 1/2 inches off. I want you to cut a 1/2 inch off 5 times. I hope I'm in camera. Okay, and I use my 1/2 inch on this side just because out of habit. You can use your own 1/2 inch mark. 1. Calm down, Kitigan. 2. 3, 4, and you have an inch left, so just cut it right down the middle. So the only piece of scrap you're going to have left over is a 3 by 1/2 inch, which, that's it. We're going to utilize every other inch, every piece of this 12 by 12. These are going to become your supports to hold up your easy frame. So you can set this aside. I keep it because I can use it for something else later. Let me cut this border off. To the trash pile. Now the strip that we have left, cut it in 3-inch strips. So you're going to have 3 by 9s. Or close to it anyway. Dum-te-dum. I feel like I should be talking. There we go. So what we have now are 5 easy easels. All we have to do is score them, attach the hinges, and we are ready to display our ATC cards, ready to drop one in the mail to a good friend. Whatever you want to do with them. So much stuff in here I can't get to my... There. Okay, we're going to score the exactly in half. So these are 9-inch long, so we want to score it 4.5. Dum, 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 dum. This is an excellent beginner project too. Those of you that are experienced, you can whip these out in no time. Actually, the beginners can whip these out in no time too. Okay, burnish your folds. Got one more step to show you, or one more scoring step to show you, and then we'll attach the support. And the reason I put supports on them are because if you don't, eventually over time as they sit, they're going to start splaying out and won't really look so cool anymore. So take our little hinges, and these aren't really going to be seen, so you can use either side that you want. And we're just going to score a 1/2 inch on each end. No, we're going to score them at 1/2. Then we're going to score them at 1.5, 1.5, and then we're going to score them at 2.5. So a 1/2 each score on each end, and then scored right down the middle. Half inch, 1.5, 2.5. 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5. 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5. Have to chase mine down. 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5. Okay, we're done with scoring, we're done with cutting. We'll attach our little, this is what we're going to do right here. See that? That's going to hold your easy easel. Easy easel. Easy easel. I like saying that. Okay, fold these any direction you want. Actually, I think I want them the other direction. just because with the dark area showing down. I'll show you how to do one of them, and then you can just go ahead and finish the others. So you've got your easel, you've got your little hinge folded, your little support. On these little tabs here, I'm going to put some glue, or you could use a pop dot or a mini dot, whatever you want to use. And we are going to set this right at the edge. Your bottom fold goes right at the edge in the center. Hope you can see that. Push your top one down and whammo. Now, your support is in place. And these fold flat so they're easy to mail. I've dropped several in the mail lately. And when they're standing up, they won't eventually collapse. So there you go. That's our first one. It's called the Easy Easel. And now I'm going to use these to put my ATC cards that from 2012 swap I did. Your ATC cards will fit right on there perfectly. Your photographs will fit right on there perfectly. I'm going to do this. This was my granddaughter when I was getting a haircut. She was entertaining herself with my phone. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut this one out. Then I'm going to cut her out again out of this one and layer that on top of this one. And then I'm going to cut the glasses out of this one and layer it on top of that one. So I'm going to make like a 3D. And I'm going to surprise her with that. I'll put some little nifty saying on there. What I do for the sayings, I print them out on the computer and just cut them in strips. We didn't realize we were making memories. We just knew we were having fun. And one of them that I really, really love, and I made these as magnets a long, long time ago, is the lyrics to Cole Porter's song, Don't Fence Me In. I want to ride the ridge where the west commences. I feel like singing this. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. I can't look at hovels and I can't stand fences. Don't fence me in. That wasn't a song, actually. That was a chant. Hovels? Yeah, hovels, not hovels. Hovels. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's always been a favorite. And then the lettering. So, there you go, guys. That was the Easy Easel. And you can get five of them out of one sheet of 12 by 12. So, there's plenty to play with there. The next thing we're going to do, really quickly, is... Let me get another sheet of paper here. I've had this forever and ever, and I just want to use it. I didn't know what to do with it for a long period of time. So what we're going to do now is one of these, I call it the Lil Genius books. I have done these for my inchies because I like to have, not just store them on the computer, but I like to print out my inchies and actually see what I have. So I've made them this little book in this size to put all my inchies in. Oops, apparently I haven't attached all of them. We shall get to that. Yes, we shall. And I've also done this in a size that holds my dominoes so that I know which dominoes I have. And I will put down in the link the seller. I buy these on Etsy. Whenever they have a dollar sheet sale, I get in there and get me a bunch of them. So I'll put the artist's name down in the link box, or a link to the artist in the verbiage box at the bottom. And the next thing I wanted to do was design one that would hold my little flip photos. So that's what we're going to do today. Once you see the process, you can make them any size you want. So this is to hold the flip photos. Okay, all my ATCs out of the way. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to cut off my edge real quick. Okay. And this is Graphic 45, Ladies Diary Collection. That other one I did was also a Graphics 45 Curtain Call Collection for the Easel. And this is the Lil Genius album. First thing we're going to do with this is cut off an inch off either side you want. It doesn't matter. Cut off an inch. And then hold on to that scrap, because we're going to make a closure on this. Now the next thing we want to do is to cut off 5.5 inches, which basically is cutting the remainder piece right down the center, because we now have 11 inches. Okay. Now I score it this time. You could continue cutting, but I like to go ahead and do the score so I can just run it all the way down the center. We're going to score each of these pieces right down the center. And it doesn't matter which side, because both sides are going to show in this. We're going to score at 2.5, 2.75. Is that right? And 3. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a lip on that. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to take the other piece. I'm having a meditative day today. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to score it 2.5, 2.75, and 3. Okay? We're going to put our scoreboard away. I need to take that paper clip out of there. Just causing me problems. I'm going to bring our scoreboard back, and we're going to cut these off in 4-inch strips. So put the long side up at the top and the 12-inch side, and we're going to cut 4, 4, 4, and 4. I know I'm in a hurry. Really 4. And now what we have are all the pages to our little book. So we're going to fold them in the middle. Should have kept my burnisher out. Then fold them back on the next score line and fold them back on the next score line. And all we're doing is conditioning the paper to fold back and forth. Okay? I'm going to do that to all your pieces. See how quickly we can do this. I always hate for you to sit there and watch me fold paper. But those of you that are doing it right along with me might want to just sing to yourself, because I'm not singing. And I call this the Lil Genius because actually, you can make these any size you want and use the same technique as you've seen. I've gone from doing the little ones for my inchies. Now we are up to our flip photos, and see if it's going to fit perfectly on this page and not interfere with the scored area that helps you turn your pages. The whole spine mechanism. So by folding it back on itself, again, we are just creating some flexibility for turning the pages. Did I do that the wrong direction? Probably. It doesn't matter. You're going to see both sides of this paper. Also, don't look at my fingernail polish because it is chipped. It's another reason I hesitated doing a video today, was because I didn't want you to see my chippy nails. But if I keep my hands moving quickly... Now, why did I miss that? Oh, there it is. If you have it folded right, your sides will match up. Oh, yes, they will. And you know what? No, these aren't quite wide enough for an ATC card, so let's not go there. Missed that fold completely. Okay, now that you've watched Nimble Fingers Kit do all her fold lines, we can actually start assembling this. And it is so easy, so easy. I like to use 1/8 inch tape on this, the score tape, but I ran out because I've been making so many of these. Used up all my tape. So what we're going to do is your little spine areas that you've just all folded in, I am going to run glue. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Much easier with the score tape. I'm going to run glue just in the spine area. Don't encroach across your fold line. Look at this, I'm probably running out of glue too. And stack them up. And do that with all your pages. This book is going to be for a girls' weekend. So I think this paper will be fine for that. I'm glad I finally figured out something to do with this paper. I love this paper line, but this was just one sheet that I had left over that I just couldn't find anything to do with. It wasn't that I didn't like it, just didn't need it in all the other projects I did. So, here we go. See how quick this is? Your book is almost finished. And chances are, it might be a good idea to have a closure on this one, because you start loading up things on your pages. There isn't a whole lot of breathing room. You know how I like breathing room. You're going to have some breathing room, and I'll show you why. Because the inside of each of your folders are going to be totally spread. Okay? Your spine area is every other page that it takes away 1/4 inch from each side, but the inside of your folded page is going to be a full spread out. So you're going to have some breathing room as that spine, which will allow that spine to expand. And on this one, I thought I would just do an enclosure. Yeah, let's have a swimming pool. I'm just going to do a closure that I've been doing since I was a kid, where take your pencil and make a little mark. So you're right smack in the middle. Make a little mark there on the one on the top, and make a little mark on the one on the bottom, the same distance apart. And all we're going to do is take our scissors and just clip halfway up on each of those marks. And we are going to slide, come on, coordinated one. We're just going to slide our little closure belt, and then we'll cut it off. I'm not sure that's where I would have liked to position that. That would have been kind of cool. Anyway, I'll do something else with that. And then if it starts getting too tight, you can do the same thing by advancing your little slits on down your little belly band there. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And if I get these decorated, I'll give you another flip through on it real quick. But these will be perfect for these size of photos and for a girls' weekend trip. And I think I'll make little label just to put on this flapper. I might cut this. You can cut your ends in the shape of a banner, make it a little fancy dancy. You could actually glue lace down over that too. That would be kind of cool since this is going to be a girl's book. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I have a whole box of my 52 projects waiting to go through and get back to you, and I will plan on doing that soon. So I hope you have a fabulous week, and as always, I enjoy spending time with you. Take care of yourselves, and talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.